recap and discussion around the OPL social media, which I know Lewis is very excited for.
Yay.
But we are back. It's so hot here in Adelaide still that you can see our banner behind us is melting. So
You're not wrong, and throughout the summer as well.
yeah, so this is of course our Australia Day stream, hence the paraphernalia. Well done to Terry for assembling all of this. Thanks, buddy. Looks good, mate. Looks good.
We're missing something though.
We are?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, baby. Yes, we are missing that. Just a shout out to a local Adelaide company that might be interested in sponsoring us. Not that people are impressionable in esports like Hungry Jacks.
Yeah. But I'll
Crisp
get
and refreshing.
I'll get my heavily Australian Fosters.
You're drinking a Cooper's in a Foster's stubby.
Yeah. Got it from the F1 in Shanghai. How more Australian can you get?
Oh, you can't get more Australian. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Great start.
Feels weird seeing Judge not in a suit sleepy. We've all decided that we're dressing it down because it's too hot. So once the studio is sub 25 degrees Celsius, then we'll start wearing formal wear again.
Yep.
But we are going to kick it off. We do have a fair bit to cover in tonight's show. Josh, let's start with the Overwatch League. Now, big announcement from them was with Toyota coming on as a sponsor. Massive in the esports industry. What else is happening?
Absolutely huge. So the biggest controversy is a player got banned again. Big surprise.
Funny.
XQC, the
Yeah.
Winston player for Dallas Fuel. He has said things on his personal stream.
Sorry, guys, Steve is just memeing at it. Steve, I've got your chat box up tonight, so you can use it. You can use it.
I saw my name.
We're worried about
it and ignored it.
We're worried about Josh getting drunk from one Cooper's.
Steve, what did I do with that vodka that one day?
Where's the breezer or the?
No, your one. The raspberry one.
Yeah. Sorry, XQC got banned. Yeah, his personal stream. I saw this as well.
So he said, I won't repeat it, but he said something very offensive to Mama, who is a player on another team, about him being gay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not cool at all. Gets banned. What was it?
$2,000 US and 4 matches. So he's out for.
That's quite a while.
He's out for split 1
Damn, that is quite a while.
or stage 1, whatever they.
Yeah, stage one.
Yeah,
Stage
the
one.
terminology is terrible. Well,
It's
could-
not as
could
bad
be
as
worse.
other.
Yeah.
Don't go there, too. Well, please don't go there.
For hours, but no, yeah, it's good to see that they're like cracking down on these players that are behaving poorly and making an example so that it doesn't
Absolutely.
doesn't happen again.
I think it's a recurring trend we're seeing come through in esports more and more, especially when you're looking at things like Overwatch League. Riot with League of Legends, of course, has done it for a long time. And it's something that, for me, raises the question, when are players going to learn? I mean, we talked literally last week about toxicity in play, in match-made games, in League of Legends, even in foreign countries, and then coming home and getting banned as a pro player. It happens in football all the time.
I was just about to say,
Like-
how long will it take to learn for AFL footballers not to go pissing on police cars?
Yeah. I mean, there's also the other side of it that, okay, Ben Cousins never learned, still hasn't, when it comes to doing questionable things in the public eye.
Well,
But-
I think he's now not able to. He's
well,
in
he's
prison.
a lot less in the public eye now, so it doesn't really matter what he does with his
Yeah.
life. But I think it's a recurring trend that we're always going to be asking this of esports pros. When are you going to really pull your head in and start acting like a pro?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to be in the limelight, don't be a pro. Like, we're not saying you have to be a role model for children. We're not imposing that pressure on you. End of the day, you are in the spotlight. Shut up.
Yeah.
But you can be. You don't have to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
You can be a pro and just sort of taking a back seat if you don't like that.
Yeah, and there's plenty of those. I'm sure loads of players in the Overwatch League or any league for that matter have these frustrations. They just don't have to say it publicly, right?
Yeah.
Say it privately. Don't get banned. Don't be an idiot. And just play the game, right?
Yeah.
That's what everyone's there for. So.
And like,
I did,
not
like-
at all forgive, homophobic slurs. We're not saying that's okay. Like, don't get us wrong. But if you're going to say it, and I'm not endorsing you say it at all, but if you're going to, don't do it publicly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna come out though. I'm gonna defend him a little bit on how it happened.
okay.
How it happened because, just with the specific notes, he went on. Mama was streaming,
Yes.
and he went onto the stream and because like his team beat theirs or something, or their team lost. I can't
Yeah.
remember the specific, but he beat them. So he then sort of did like a little BM back at him, like how a footballer will do a player's celebration against them.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
he came in with a BM. Now he wasn't playing in that particular match, so he took offence, and Mama went back at him.
Right.
And he actually, I'm pretty sure he started the swearing.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't hear this.
And then, well, he at least escalated it because he
Right.
just went out going like, "Oh yeah, you're so good, aren't you?" And then it was like, "Shut the."
Yeah, like
And
going
then-
swearing back retaliation.
Yeah.
And,
So then XQC's elevated
and then
to the
he's
next stage.
escalated to the next stage.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was back and forth, and I like that they're getting in there and bantering.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that one last step.
Yeah.
I think
He's
and
taking it too far.
it's also that again, another line, and you got to fill the room. But we've seen it with the franchises in the Overwatch League. They banter each other all the time. I mean, the amount
have
of
you seen
times.
Twitter between the LA organizations.
Yeah,
Great.
and like when New York Excelsior announced their branding, how many of the clubs jumped on and threw shade at them for looking like a throw rug? Like, that was massive, but it was funny. It's not a personal attack. It was funny. Yeah, they're attacking their branding and stuff like that. But it was a meme, and it didn't cross a line here. And it's the same thing. It's happened in sports for generations, and it's going to happen in esports as well, where some people get offended by it, and some people understand there's a line for banter as well.
Yeah.
But I love it because we get storylines, we get rivalries.
You've got to have it, but there is the line.
Yeah.
And you don't want to cross over. So it went fine for me up until it was just like, well, now let's really escalate it.
Yeah.
Let's say that you like certain appendages. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, too far.
Yeah. It sucks.
But what else is happening in Overwatch, my friend?
So I want to talk about the viewership because
Ooh.
week one was great. 400,000, 450,000 between that, and that's fantastic for the first day. There's all this hype, all this build up. Finally, it comes in. There it is. But today, there was only 80,000 for the Shanghai vs Seoul game,
Yeah.
and that is a bit disappointing.
That's
It's-
half of last week.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
day
that
two.
is 80% of all the viewers have been lost from the first week. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, it sort of makes sense. It's the first day, right?
course.
All this build up, everyone comes in and watches.
Yeah, people took days off work to go watch.
Yeah,
They went to pubs.
sure did. And it's just surprising that they've lost 80%. If
Yeah.
they had lost 50%, okay, that's cool. It's just 80 is quite a bit. And now they're sitting lower than the NALCS, even after $250 million investment. And that's really surprising to me because I really thought that they would keep it. There's a few things that people are not watching because it's not entertaining because, and in my opinion, it's just a lot of repetition. And there's the same maps on, I mean, sure, even T-Ball said it, that CSGO, Rocket League, they're on the same maps. But
Yeah.
it just leaves very little room for variation, right?
Yeah.
Because there's 4 different game modes and 2 maps per game mode.
Yeah.
And when you've got 3 matches a day, 4 days a week, it's sort of the same.
You're going to be
stuff.
seeing the same
Yeah.
maps. I
It-
mean,
it
when you
gets stale
consider
very quickly.
you consider Counter-Strike, which I think is a very good comparison when we're talking about this map issue, because they have 7 competitive maps.
Yeah.
Now, those competitive maps are played exactly the same. I mean, it's not we don't have hostage in the competitive maps.
No.
So they're played same game type. Excuse me, but the difference is that competitive map pool changes from time to time as well. We get one out, we get one in, which is nice.
It does.
Brings it
But
fresh,
each
changes
map-
the meta.
Each map has so many intricacies.
Yes.
Whereas, like, obviously the objectives still the same in CSGO. Each map brings out so many different things. Like the difference between Nuke and the difference between Inferno,
Massive.
huge, wildly
Yeah.
different maps, right? And like one team will be shocking on one, but fantastic on the other.
Yeah.
Whereas in Overwatch, like that's just going to change. Like
The disparity's not
Yes.
large enough.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing different maps in CS, your team will be up here on this map, down here on this map. But not only that, yes, it's played the same, right? Played the same in terms of like it's the same game mode. But I think that when the problem is, you look at the oversaturation of how much Overwatch is being played, 4 game types, 3
Set
matches a
maps too,
day.
It's not vetoes.
That's
In
right.
CS:GO, you could see any one of those 7, right? But
Yeah.
In Overwatch, sure, 8, that's more than CSGO, but out of 14 or 15 maps, that's very little set maps.
That's
So-
right. And so
Yeah.
you're not getting the variation that's coming through in CS with that. Easy solution is, well, not really easy, but if Blizzard develops more maps per game mode and allows the teams vetoes for those game modes in the series, and we go, okay, we have a pick ban system that decides the maps you play for each game mode in the series, I think that'll be better.
Yeah.
Not, I say easy, it's a simple concept. Obviously,
Yeah.
creating maps isn't easy. I'm not going to take that away from them. But yeah, I'm just going to,
Yeah, we're just going to jump in for a second
just
here.
gonna-
Are we?
We're just
give
going
me
to fix
this.
it up a smidgen.
Okay.
give me this. We're gonna point it up at
Maybe-
you instead of
maybe
away.
up in the middle. There we go.
There we go.
That might do.
Now we might hear you. We might hear Josh. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I think that's a simple idea to fix this boringness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really needs to be
It's-
fixed soon as well.
Yeah. Plus, for me, there's a lot to do with the spectator. I mean, obviously, if you got that many people watching in the first place, that helped. Like that, it shows that there's a market for it.
Absolutely.
But they just have to build it back.
Because the
up
thing
to
is,
that.
it was a steady 400,000. Like the 450
And
was a
and
peak.
increasing,
It went up, and then it plateaued. If it was crap to watch, sure, it would have gone up because of the hype, and it would have plummeted
Yeah.
into the ground because people would have seen it and gone, bugger this, no thanks, and left. So because it can hold a high amount of viewers, they just need to get them there in the first place
Yeah.
and keep them there afterwards with, I think I agree that it needs to be more fun. Because yeah, the results are great and it's good to support a team, but
And
you
that's
don't
what
want
the
to watch
game.
Iconworld 4 times.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what the game was about in the first place.
Yeah,
Being fun. But then, if it becomes monotonous, then you have an issue.
that's right. What else is going on, Josh?
I mean, I could talk about today's games forever, but I mean, I'm just going to suggest go watch Seoul versus Shanghai, and then LA Gladiators versus Valiant. Those
That
matches
was a
were
good game.
absolutely fantastic. I really want to talk about it, but then I'll spoil it. So just go and watch those 2 matches today, and you'll find some excitement in there. On the weekend, though, we've got Masterminds versus Darksided. That'll be a great match.
For local Overwatch, that is.
Yes, Australian. Yeah.
So is that the contenders yet, or whatever they're
That
calling
is
it?
open divisions.
That's still open.
Contenders hasn't
Still
started.
open. Okay.
Yeah. And then Kings versus Your Name Here, and that's on Sunday, I think.
That's original.
Your name here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
They lost well, they left Atletico and they're still looking for an org at the moment.
Right.
Okay. And some creativity.
That's it.
Lewis, you get a neck of Krupas into you, and the sass just comes up.
And then, sorry, are we making? Okay,
No, we're good,
Let's
we're
move forward. We got Kings versus Masterminds, and then Your Name Here and Darksided.
Right.
Did I just repeat that?
No, you said Mastermind Darksided, so
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So those matches will be pretty exciting. I would suggest to go and watch them. Trouble is,
you can't.
no, that's not a thing that can
Classic
happen.
Blizzard.
So for the past 3 or 4 weeks, we've been asking, hey, we'd like to do the open division. We don't need any sponsorships. Nothing will clash with your rules, Blizzard. There's no problems. We'll do it for free.
Literally just click the checkbox that sends an automatic email reply to say yes.
Yeah. All we need is sure, you can do that, but
You
so
being
it's-
the Lost Casters, yourself, Bobby
Yeah.
J,
Even-
Genome and Xenox, and Racket and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. So even people who are outside of that, right?
Yeah.
Still want to stream it, but they're just not giving permission.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into details of why. It's just
Just frustrating.
taking a while.
I mean,
because we
people have been ready, like you guys have been ready for well over a month.
yeah, well over a month, and
And how many
we've
weeks into the
missed-
season are we now?
I think it's 3.
Yeah.
It might be 4.
This is
but-
the 4th
Yeah.
week
Yeah.
about to be played.
And we're so close to contenders, you might as well cut out all of the first season of Open Division and not watch any of it, because contenders will be soon anyway.
Yeah. It
make a
doesn't
lot of
make
sense.
sense. Not at all.
So no one knows what they're going to be watching in the contenders.
Yeah, because and how is Contenders going to build any storylines? Like we assume that like other regions, Contenders is going to be pretty locked down by Blizzard in terms of broadcasting and talent and stuff.
Well,
So-
considering open is.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah. So the problem is, how are these guys going to be forming any storylines and any research of any of the teams that are playing in Open to move up into Contenders when they can't even spectate the games at all? You can't even watch the games in any capacity.
You can,
Unless-
unless the players are streaming it themselves.
That's right.
Which a lot of people don't want to do. Some people have. It's just very difficult to watch as
Yeah.
well because you're only watching that one player.
That's right.
If that player's a support, though, always at the back, you're not going to see a lot.
And there's also the argument that players don't necessarily want to stream their own games because
Yeah.
that's a distraction. They want to be focusing on their
Plus
competitive
Australian
play.
internet affecting your ping.
That's right.
It's not good.
Yeah. So it's a bit rough, but we'll see how we go. And I think that's it from me. I mean,
All right.
nothing else really to talk about in terms of.
I'll add
so-
one more thing. My favourite stat from Overwatch League. During the first day, it had so many viewers, it actually dropped YouPorn percentage by 9%. They actually came out saying that Overwatch affected their views.
That is so good.
Well,
That is an
remember,
impressive
91%,
stat.
they're
I
just
would like to see Valve try and beat that with CS because it's a very different demographic of people. Wow. Okay. Well, shout out to Blizzard for such an achievement. Thank you, Josh, so much for your Overwatch coverage. But we are going to talk about something that will be playing the grand final in 13 minutes' time. It is, of course, the IEM qualifiers.
We'll go
We'll move to that in a
We'll go
moment.
to the major first because we've got the graphic for that.
We've got the graphic for the major.
So we'll talk about the other one in a second.
All right.
So this is the major. That's going to be played this weekend.
Yes.
Monday is, Monday for us, Monday morning, about
Okay.
6 a.m. Eastern is the grand final.
Awesome. All right.
And it was listed at 2 a.m., so I'm glad that's actually been updated
Oh, thank
to,
God.
to a reasonable time. But there is... Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry, guys, we just found out from Steve that the reason Josh was so quiet is his mic was muted. Yeah. You're local muted on your set,
Okay.
on your
so
actual unit.
there we go. That's 20 minutes of gold.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But jumping into this, you had the biggest upset of the day there,
Okay.
of the whole major so far. The biggest story is QB Fire, Quantum Bellator Fire.
Yes, I've heard a lot about that. I actually saw Nutter's pick'ems. He's picked QB Fire to win everything. Not the competition, literally every single match.
You literally may as well now, because they
Yeah.
made it through. They made it through the first step, the first Swiss bracket.
Yeah,
No one picked them to make it through that.
no.
They were actually going like they shouldn't get through because they had a they called the easiest run in, and then they get to the next one. They 3-1 in the Swiss bracket. They didn't even 3-2.
Oh, geez.
They beat Virtus Pro in the first round 16-3. They then beat Gambit 19-16
Right,
in overtime. Gambit, the previous major winners.
okay.
They lost to G2 4-16, but I mean G2 they went through the whole way.
Yeah,
And then they beat Mouse Sports 16. 14-16. So close matches, but Mouse Sports also made it through. They're playing huge people. The only one they lost was G2, who was 3-0,
right.
and who went through straight up. Oh wait, no, they didn't do that one 3-0.
No,
No, they did. I was right. G2 and
Yes.
FaZe were the 2 3-0 teams.
Yes. I was going to say, that does sound right.
Yeah, but at least FaZe and SK on the two top teams essentially are on different sides of the bracket,
Yeah,
so they could meet in the grand final,
they could.
which is the best 3 as well. But the Quantum Bellator 5, they were 74th in the world at the start of the year
Jeez.
on HLTV.
That's a push. Where are
So-
they sitting now?
Higher. No, I think they gave them 8th because they are in the top 8 now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Wow. Awesome. Well, we'll keep watch on Quantum Bellator.
they have a chance as well because
do.
Na'Vi is considered the easiest matchup
Yes.
in that draw as well. So they do.
If they
have
can take Na'Vi down, then it's looking better.
Semi-final, top 4. It's huge.
That's
absolutely
big.
huge for these guys. So it's great to watch.
I
Absolutely
mean,
great
there's
to watch.
been comparisons drawn as well that I've seen all over Twitter and on Reddit and stuff as well. People calling QB the new SK and saying, SK had similar storylines drawn about SK as well, saying, they're out of nowhere Brazilians come through and start spanking. And, look at this with QB. We're looking at a similar storyline, just different nationalities. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that QB have played well, obviously. but not even just results based in terms of, hey, they're winning, so they must have played well. Like, actually watching them play was quite good. So I think we'll see a lot more come out of QB moving forward, but I am looking forward to the rest of the major.
Maybe. There's another team, as you mentioned, SK with that as well. There's a South African team called Bravado.
Before we go on, can we get Terry his beer?
Osh.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. I mean, Tibor.
You look like
You
Rocket
need to
League players
save
trying to
me.
lift a trophy.
Oh, my hands are so sweaty.
That's
so slippery.
literally, it is so
That's
sweet.
literally- I'm
It's
calling
so
you
hot.
out.
Condensation is not my friend.
That's a good one. Is it refreshingly crisp?
It's all right.
It's all right. Sorry, Mills, go on. You were
I'll
saying.
frame that up nicely.
So anyway, a South African team called Bravado Gaming is moving to NA under a thing called Project Destiny.
Ooh, that sounds.
Did you see the graphic for the announcement?
Leave them
It's a
alone.
spaceship.
Leave them alone.
That was
They
so good.
got it from Halo.
They did.
They did.
And they are sponsored by Dell/Alienware
Yes.
and Intel.
That's,
Yeah, that's some big
That's
sponsorships.
very big.
Yeah, there's some big names there. So see if we can get some things going out there. I think Alienware and Dell are going nuts with their sponsorships. At the
Yeah,
moment.
they've been dropping them a fair bit. I mean, looking at the esports market, drawing away a little bit from CS:GO, but actually looking at finance in the scene. Alienware's kind of been that brand that actual gamers have gone, don't buy Alienware, it's the Mac of gaming PCs.
Like it's overpriced.
it's
for what you
overpriced.
get.
Yes, it does exactly what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But it's overpriced.
And it's very nice. It's very nice.
yeah, and the
looking.
cases are
But the question
edgy.
is, do you need that many LEDs? My answer is no.
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 Do
You
you like
do.
them with RGB? You do. But
Yeah,
it
very
is.
shiny.
It's edgy. It looks cool. But with that comes a massive price tag.
And they were the first ones to do that as well, so they could kind of push that.
They were.
At that time.
But now you look at the market, and you've got HP Omen, Acer Predator, Legion by Lenovo.
MSI,
Yep.
the laptops.
That's right. And you look at all these brands pushing boundaries and having their own all-in-ones.
Even Razer's doing theirs.
That's right.
Yep.
When you look at that, then that's pushed the market. Because and immediately, I mean, Lenovo, with their Legion branding, came out of nowhere. They now hold something like a 17% market share for gaming desktops, and they did that in like 12 months. And that's because when you looked at the market prior to that, all you had was Alienware, and they sat there. They were overpriced, but there was no comparison other than building your own
And
PC.
people just go, I'm just going to get it.
Yeah, if I don't build my own, if I don't have someone that can build my own, I'll just buy an all-in-one desktop from Alienware. You can't do that now because there's so many other competing brands. So I think that's why we're now seeing, I mean, and this
The
is just me
advertising
hypothesizing, but I think that's why we're seeing the marketing because Alienware's gone, shit, we've got to drop some money on this to actually get our brand out there because we're irrelevant again.
Yeah.
We're still the irrelevant gaming brand at the top end of the pricing, top end of the price pool.
Yeah, we need to
And
make ourselves super premium again.
That's
Yeah.
right. And you know, you can't charge premium dollars out actually being a premium brand, and when you've got 4 brands competing against you, just as good a build quality, that's hard to do. Especially when you consider, like, you know, the Legion stuff by Lenovo is amazing, straight out of the box. Acer Predator, straight out of the box, no bloatware, nothing extra. You've got Steam installed and World of Warships, which is great. Like, and I'm not even sure if they install Edge. I'm pretty sure they remove Edge for you and put Chromium. Like,
Wow, that's
Acer
actually
Predator comes
good.
out. I'm not sure if that's true or if that's just the ones we received when we got them at the studio.
Mine
but like,
came with it.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. But like, that's the thing is like, they come out of the box amazing. So it's something to consider.
Yeah,
you know,
not when you get your laptop from Dell and you have to reformat it.
that's right. And then do so much more to it because they've got all the crap on it. It's actually, they produce good products. So straight from CSGO, but I think that's, I mean, that's probably why we're
But
seeing Alienware again.
Anyway, good products, but
Good products, lower the price.
lower
God
the
damn.
price a bit.
Just a touch.
But I suppose now we can talk about the IEM qualifiers, which are probably starting up in about 5 minutes on ESL underscore CSGO. The grand final is Order versus Tainted Minds. Now, it's
That is going to be one hell of a match.
It is, and it's going to be a long one,
Yeah.
potentially. I mean, it's a best of 5 tonight.
Yes.
With
With the others, of course, everything leading up to this has been best of 3.
Yeah, with Tainted Minds having a best of 1, a 1 map advantage going
Yeah,
through.
one in hand.
Yeah, and they
Thank God ESL's not doing a bracket reset on this one. Like, they've done that in the past. And look, for competitive balance, I do like bracket reset because it actually gives the team that's gone through the top the extra life that everyone else has had in double elim. I do like that, but god damn, is it a nightmare for broadcasting because you could have 10 maps.
like say Yeah, but say a Rocket League best of 7 compared to a CS:GO best of 3. Like
Yeah, that's right.
that's 1 hour compared to 3.
Yeah, minimum, let alone overtime, stoppage times, how many rounds
Like
you've
it could
actually
be,
played.
it could be 1 into 2,
Yeah,
into 3 into 6.
That's
Like,
right.
That's a huge difference.
massive difference.
Huge
So thank God they're doing this. No thank you, no thanks to Bracket Resets. Leave them in the dirt. I don't want to watch 14 hours of one matchup.
Oh, don't you?
No,
So
I
much
don't.
I don't know,
fun.
if it's a good matchup though.
If it's a
good
damn
matchup,
good matchup, I will watch it, but my body's telling me don't.
you skip bits. But Tainted Minds should take that out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they
One would hope.
They got rid of Order pretty easily. Order did beat Greyhound last night in pretty much the exact same fashion they did in the upper bracket.
Yeah.
Like it was
Because Order dropped Greyhound, then Tainted dropped Order, didn't they? And then
Yes,
now
yes.
Order's knocked out Greyhound to come
yeah,
back.
but like the Order versus Greyhound matches were like exactly the same
Yeah.
on almost the same maps. It was really strange to watch.
Okay.
But Greyhound wasn't looking good. I think Order won't be able to take out Tainted Minds, especially having to get 3 maps.
Okay. Yeah. No. I
That's
think,
just my thoughts. That's just
Yeah.
my
No.
thoughts.
I think that's fair. Like, look, not bagging on Order here for their lineup because it's the old Kings lineup with some extras that have come through.
With
Alistair's now there.
Alistair instead of Wizard.
That's right.
That's-
So, and that's basically, that is the change, right? Even just announced this week as well, their manager has gone over to Order as well, the CSGO manager that was with them.
Yeah.
So, you've basically just swapped, just changed cash cow is what they've done and brought in a fifth.
Yeah, to a bigger cash cow.
Yeah, to a bigger cash cow with no CSGO experience.
Yeah,
So it's the team itself, though, in Order, I don't think they can beat Tainted in their current state. They're playing well. They did very well against
they're-
Greyhound.
Like, they're still trying to find the spot for Alistair.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, Chiefs were struggling at that with quite some time. Alistair was the primary opper, went over to Rifle, and then it was switching with Tux all the time.
And then Inns
Now
would
we-
come in as well and do it as he'd be the secondary AWPer, and then
Yeah, Inns could do it
it'd
as well.
swap through between the
It's-
3 of them depending on who was actually hot at the moment with a scope.
But they're still, I mean, they ran double AWP the other night, I said, and Alistair wasn't even on it, so they had Sicko and Hats on that. I mean, Sicko's going to be your primary AWPer on that team.
Absolutely.
But I just don't think they're going to have it in place to beat Tainted Minds, who are just solid at the moment.
Yeah.
They don't have to clutch rounds. Because
And for
they're just
me
so
as
solid.
well, the APOC out Inns in
Yeah.
has been seamless. And
yeah,
that has been, and I talked with Josh, the marketing manager for Tainted Minds, while he was here at Champs about that and what's going on with it, how the team feels.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it was an easy pickup. Like, it was very, very convenient, the timing, because APOC, they were going to be moving APOC out, they were going to be looking for a 5th, and Inns was looking around. And like, well, you beauty, because they'd scrimmed with Inns in the past. They'd
They've all
actually had
scrimmed-
him,
I think everyone at the top tier has
yeah,
played with
and had
everyone.
people come in. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Because they regurgitate the same 80 players. Not even that many players. The same
Not
45.
even that many. And they all played like Rank S or
Yeah.
other little
So
cups
like
with it, yeah.
getting Inns in, the synergy was there because they played with Inns a lot more frequently than others. And they played with in MMs and ESEA and stuff like that, having a bit of fun with it too. So, and like Rank S. So when they bring in Inns, it's a lot smoother than what I'm seeing with Alistair in Order.
Yeah.
Like,
I just thought that was always going to happen though, just with
Agreed.
where Alistair is at the moment in his CSGO. He's a phenomenal
fair.
player when he's on, but he's just trying to find his role at the moment. I think they were using him mostly as entry, and that was actually working the best for him.
Yeah, and he's filling that role. It's just, it's teething issues over time. That's all it is.
They'll get
Give
there.
them 3 months, and we'll start seeing them seamless if
About
they're doing it
about
well.
the time that I'm banned from CG.
Yeah, that's right. But tune in. It's starting now. What channel is that on? That's ESL_CSGO?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
we're going to try and have a quicker night tonight because we want to watch it too. So, but it should be a good matchup.
It'll still be going.
It'll still be going.
Guaranteed
before we
still be
finish.
going. by the time it's
Absolutely.
out.
They're not
There'll
going to
be-
finish the best of 5
No,
in
they'll
the
only
next
be,
half hour.
They'll only be half an hour in if they started on time, which when does that happen?
Yeah, well, look, true. So make sure you tune into that. Good luck to both sides, Order and Tainted Minds. 2 of us on the desk are picking Tainted. Terry?
I'll go with the majority. Tainted.
Yep. Josh? Tainted or Order? He's drunk, so
we still can't,
he
we still can't
says
hear him.
Tainted.
His mic's muted.
Steve, Tainted or Order? Yep, there we
Yeah,
go.
there we
5
go.
out of 5 on the Esports Show staff are saying, yep, it's Tainted. So you've heard us. Order, prove us wrong. And you can tune in twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO.
For the IEM Katowice qualifier.
Yes, that's it.
There's a spot there.
There is a spot. But is that everything we have for CSGO at the moment?
Yeah,
Lewis?
let's push on.
Let's push on.
Let's get into Terry Domain.
Let's
Terry.
just, live up the old throat.
This is your. This is.
Because, my God, this weekend.
I know, right? How are you feeling? We're going to be talking about the OPL. For those of you that don't know what that means, it's the League of Legends Oceanic Pro Ladder
Yes.
League.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say prolapse, but we're okay.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I'm drunk too. Wow.
Just, no.
Fix the heat.
Terry needs his go juice. So, unless you
Talk to us about week one. Give us the week one in review.
Good Lord, this was about 14 hours worth of League of Legends. My brain still hurts. So unless you've been under a rock, we've been mentioning about the last 2-3 weeks the OPL was firing up today. Weekend just gone, sorry, and it was kicking off with the grand final rematch between two of the biggest teams that we have, is the Chiefs and Direwolves. Unfortunately, neither of them were playing at full strength. So, good job, guys. So, first game went to Chiefs. So, Swiper with his tweet saying he will not be beat in 2018 held true.
That was a
Great.
good little video, though. I
It
did
was,
like
it was
that video.
fantastic. They
That
do
was good.
fantastic stuff like that. He blamed, I want to say Maokai, he did fantastic, but unfortunately he gave up first blood in the second match. So, yeah, that kind of took a downhill turn real quick for him. Prayless as well, MVP out of the day for those two teams. I'm pretty sure he's from solo queue. I think he's been picked up by Direwolves just as a fill-in for Schernfire, because I think Chippies, if I'm getting this right, Chippies is Direwolves jungler. He's moved up to top lane, and Prayless stepped into the jungle, hopped on Shyvana, and that was as disgusting as you and I have seen.
Shyvana was beautiful. I
was-
loved it.
And the thing is, it came into the third game. All right, so Direwolves still got second game. Came to the third game. What's the one jungler you would ban?
Shyvana.
They didn't do that.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. And,
I was watching this game with Nightfall actually on the couch.
and it was a case of rinse and repeat. So, but one strong thing happened for the Chiefs at about 21-22 minute mark. Bapip, I always pronounce his name wrong.
Yep.
Running J4 jungle.
Yes.
Flashed into Baron pit, stole Baron, and then flag and dragged out of there within about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, it was
It was
quick.
very quick, and even the EGM and Spawn were sitting there gobsmacked. It was amazing play. But unfortunately for Chiefs, they only won the one game, so it was 2-1 Direwolves way.
Chiefs, of course, taking up the first, so they got reverse sweep.
Yeah, so they got, yeah. And then we've got the second round of the first day. This pretty much went as you would expect. Order, which I'm referring to as the Cash Cow team, 2-0'd Tectonic.
Yeah.
It's what you expect. But one thing Tectonic did have for them, in game 2, they picked up Urgod mid.
Oh
Which
my
we
god!
haven't seen
And
since
that
two-
was so good.
We haven't seen it since 2017 World Championships.
Yeah.
Well,
Swiffer-
since last year.
yeah, but it was like mid-year. I think it was the mid-year?
Mid-year,
finals?
yeah,
one
mid-year
of those.
finals.
Mid-year
Like
finals.
the MSI.
MSI.
Yeah, MSI mid-year, thank you very much, yeah. And there was actually a small part where Swiffer banned out, Order banded out the 5 out of the top 7 mid laners
Yes.
completely, trying to push the Rise pick.
Yep.
What was the coach's name for, it's not Cyanide, it is
Cyclone.
Cyclone. Actually spoke to this about to the analysts about it. They actually saw those pick bans in scrims earlier on in the
Yes.
day. So they said, you know what, we'll waited it out. Rise had to be picked by Order. So they said, bugger it, we'll just go with Urgot. And Urgot carried the team, but didn't carry the team hard enough. I think he ended up
No,
on
the
16-4.
Urgot plays
But the
were
Urgot-
nuts.
Yeah, they
like,
were insane.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He was coming in out of nowhere, and he'd come into a team fight in the back. There was one, I remember, in mid lane. He
Yeah.
came in from the top side River Brush.
Yeah.
Because they were playing, Tectonic was playing blue side.
Yep.
So he came in late to the fight, top side River Brush. He's
Mm-hmm.
come down and around, insta-killed one
Yeah.
in the back lines.
Yep.
Goes for the second, gets that. Runs to the front, like actual team fight, gets a third, and then chases 4 and 5 down, gets the 4th, but can't get the 5th. It was insane.
Yeah, Brahm, he flashed over into Chickens and
Yeah.
made his escape. So unfortunately, he missed out on the pentakill. Tectonic did actually score an ace later on in that game as
They
well,
did.
about 30 minutes as well. And I was hoping it was going to turn around, but the gold lead for Order was just way too big.
Oh, huge. And objectively
and
as well.
objectively, it was just, yeah. So the gold difference was about 6 to 8K gold difference in that second game. So that pretty much ended how we thought it was going to. All right,
Other two matchups, my friend, how'd they go?
1 second. Oh, it's warm. So Sin versus Legacy.
Way!
It's okay. It's all right, you leave that there. So Sin Gaming Events Legacy.
I like how it's covered by the flag.
Yeah. I don't know how to drink. I'm a grown-up. Legacy versus Sin. Went very much the same way as well.
Yes.
I expect Legacy to win. So first game, I'll just break this down real quick. 3 Drakes. Claire for Legacy was running Azir, and his ults were far too perfectly timed. Far too. I think he got about 4 or 5 perfect ults with a minimum of 3-player to 4-player knockups at any
Jeez.
given time. Ended up being a 13k gold lead with the Legacy win. 23-11 Legacy way, and the sub for Legacy made a couple of errors. By a couple of errors, I meant First Blood, not checking, not warding. That series from Crimson Gaming, on loan at the moment, did quite well after about 10-15 minutes. Did quite well, found his groove, but I think he was just a little bit too keen to sort of prove his worth in the OPL, where he's just come from OCS.
Yep.
So game 2, very much the same. There was 4 Drakes. Legacy won by about 8.2k gold, and there was a Baron in there as well.
Awesome. What about our final matchup?
Final matchup. Oh, good lord. All right.
Bombers and Avant.
Bombers and Avant. If you're a tipping man and you didn't get 3 out of 4 this weekend, there is something very wrong with you.
Yep.
So Avant took game 1 over Bombers. Twitch chat just going nuts with loot should be here, loot should be here. He's not. Just deal with it.
Well,
he's not going to be
should.
Here. You know,
He should
actually,
be here
should be.
if he wasn't a
He
toxic
should.
little shit.
I
For
gotta
the record, I did not say that.
I gotta stop giving you guys alcohol.
That's
No. I've been starting to say things like that more often on the show anyway. It's not the alcohol that's
Do you not-
lubricating me. It's my toxicity for toxic people.
He hasn't done his placements yet. Bronze.
Yeah.
So Avant.
Sorry, Lewis.
Avant Bombers first game. AV walked away with it. 2 Drakes, 17k gold lead, no Barons, and it was Bombers 2, Avant 11. So it very much showed the age and how well seasoned Avant is as a team.
Yep.
Brucey was also the coach for that as well. He actually got on camera a couple of times, which was quite nice.
That was cool seeing Brucey on there.
Oh, it was. It actually did go to, no, it only went 2 games, sorry,
just 2
too many
games.
notes. So AV took out the second game as well with 2 Drakes, 14k gold lead at the end, 2 Barons, and the
Jeez.
score was 217. AV was at full strength, so they kind of cheated by being polite in solo queue and not getting banned. There's a lesson here, children.
Doing the right thing and not account sharing and not being toxic. Who would have thought that would help get results?
Yeah, no, Avant only had a staff member banned for
Yeah.
toxicity.
That's right. That's why Brucey was in.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
because that's the coach.
So some quick little, the champion pool for the last weekend though was really small. So the most popular jungler J4, followed by Shyvana, thanks to Praetless.
Yep.
Rise in mid, Cog ADC. We saw Varus a couple of times ADC. Shen Sup as well. I
Yes.
think they're trying to bring a bit more utility into support. Obviously still tank, but his map presence is, I'd go to say, unparalleled, especially with his ults and cooldowns being quite low. Azir mid as well. Saw a Sedge jungle and Maokai top. They were all like the champion pool was 10. You had 10
Yeah.
to pick from basically the whole time. Surprise pick was obviously the Ergon mid from game 2, Order versus Teutonic. Special shout out and congratulations to Fantix being the first challenger in OCE. He actually tweeted about it Thursday, the day
Yeah.
before the weekend. So, and he did okay.
But
For
got to
doubles.
say as well, right? And this is a point that was made on
Chiefs, sorry,
broadcast.
Chiefs.
Yeah, for Chiefs.
Oops.
Fantix playing for Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's the coach. He was a mid when he was playing professionally.
This
he was
is off
playing
roll.
in AD carry off role.
Yep.
As the coach of the team, so retired. He's the first challenger in the region. So he is, by extrapolation, he's the best player in the OCE region right now.
Yes.
And he's the coach of a team.
He is
But
the
he's got more time to play.
He does.
He's
He
got
does.
practice, man.
Yeah. So yeah, the strat coach for the Chiefs stepping up and just didn't even watch bot lane because you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously Fantix first challenger, but I do have a bit of an issue with one of the casters.
Why?
Oversimplifying buyouts and rebranding. I hate it. So EGM simplified orders rebranding. It
Right.
wasn't a rebranding.
No.
What it was is someone came in with money. It's like buying a car. You buy a Volkswagen, then you take everything out of it, give it a new name, and shove a big old engine in it. It's not the same car. So it's not a rebranding, it's a complete rework. So yeah.
Yeah. Because for those that aren't aware, Order purchased the Regicide slot, took the Regicide team
Yep.
and everything. Regicide are dead.
Yes, gone.
Now Order.
Is no more. Is
But
no
it
more.
wasn't. It wasn't. It
They
wasn't
took
like
the
a.
car to the wreckers,
Yeah.
they
Came-
squashed it,
Came back with something new.
and they bought a Lambo.
Yeah, and came back with that Lambo from the Wreckers.
Yeah.
Came from the same place, not the same thing.
That is true.
So it's, yeah, just a clarification. No, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, and there was a massive goof within the first 8 minutes of the first game as well. I understand it's the first day, you know, new school, nervous,
Okay, yeah.
new friends, but any mid laner who's running unsealed spellbook, just make sure you change that summoner spell before you use it.
Yeah, Praelus?
No,
No.
triple.
Triple, oh, yeah.
So Triple was running flash heal,
That's right.
so he could use heal in the laning phase, get his Tear of the Goddess, and burn it, uses the resource. Cool, no worries. Comes back to Nexus. Heal's still off cooldown.
Yep.
Goes back to lane, goes, oh yeah, flat, heal. So heal is now on cooldown, and there's no point swapping it out to teleport, because teleport will still be on that same cooldown, which
That's
is longer
right.
than heal, if I remember.
No, it'll be on the heal cooldown, which is longer than teleport.
Yeah.
Because the point is with Spellbook is
Yep.
that it allows you every time you back on a certain amount of cooldown.
Yeah, you can
You can
change.
change your summoner spells.
So it makes you more versatile in team fights. You can,
So, like Carbon broke down, because a good thing with the OPL as well, I like how they've changed things to an extent. I thought it was weird having headsets, because they've got the play-by-play casters.
Headsets on the couch.
Headsets on the couch. They've got the play-by-play casters on a desk like us, except a lot more polished. And then they've
So
got Carbon and Sarianne, Laura, on the couches doing analysis after the game. And it was kind of run like Laura had some good insight as well, but it was kind of run like an interview. Like, Carbon, what do you think about this? You know, what do you think about this?
Yep.
And Laura would give opinion too, which was really cool. I liked
Yeah.
that. But wearing broadcast headsets on the couch, god damn, just
It
please
looked-
get lapels or
it-
something,
it
or
looked very
booms.
strange.
Like,
Or those little ones. that
little
go-
ones,
Mouth
little
mics, yeah?
little
Yeah.
tiny mouth mics would be
Yeah.
great. But other than that, it was really cool. But Carbon had some good insight throughout the
did.
whole broadcast. He
Yeah.
actually talked about that as well.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is to be playing aggressive.
Yeah.
You use your summoner spell early.
Yeah.
So by the time that you are at the first back, that summoner spell like heals on is off cooldown.
Yep.
So you
Swap
back,
that out. Yep.
teleport, get straight back into lane, and it's
Yep.
really handy on champions that use, for example, Tear of the Goddess.
Yep, so
because it's
Ez,
an 800
Rise.
gold item.
Yep.
They burn their abilities in their ability in lane. They get aggressive, get farm, get ahead of the opponent,
Yep.
back, get their item, get back in the lane, and then they start snowballing.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
So unfortunately for Triple though, I think Carbon did point out, well, Carbon and Laura actually felt that that was the turning point for Direwolves losing that first game. So a bit more
Absolutely.
salt in the wound, but hopefully Carbon doesn't get a fine for dropping the S-bomb on a nice, happy, friendly Riot stream.
Maybe.
First match.
And
Because you
2
can't-
weeks.
Been 2 weeks from casting.
2
I
weeks.
actually liked that from Carbon though, because it brought it
Yeah.
back to being something relatable. Because everyone was thinking exactly what he said. He said
Yeah.
it was shit, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you can't do that shit.
you
Quote.
can't do that shit.
That's, yeah.
And he's right. He's not wrong. It's not
can.
toxic.
That's
you
it.
can't do that shit. This
It's
is
the
the
internet.
OPL.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's,
And-
it's,
yeah.
No, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. But we do have the ladder that we can pop up
The ladder
on the screen.
There we go.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
race.
So, like, Chiefs obviously get themselves up to 5th.
Yep.
Because they did take the one.
They
took
got
the
one,
1 point, yep.
and no one else managed to get a a third game out of a team. So
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. That's it. Good to see the cash cows up top. It's amazing what you can do with money these days.
It is.
I'm not going soft. Yeah, no, that's just money. That's Trump.
most of those are cash cows. though.
Yeah, but what is the most blatant one? Like, just give me this, Lewis.
No, they obviously are.
Yeah.
They are the thorough. They are the Yankees plus the Dodgers in one for the OPL.
They are very
Um,
much
Yeah.
so, let alone even considering the CS.
And we got the matchups for next week as well.
Yep, have a look at the matchups here.
Survey says.
There we go.
Hey.
Yay.
So
Josh, stop talking to the producer.
Bombers versus Order. That'll probably be in.
That'll be order.
That'll be in Order. Chiefs.
Actually, I'd go Avant.
I'm going AV because Chiefs still aren't at full strength and AV at full strength. And
Okay.
they're very dirty at
Okay.
full strength.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep. Direwolves
yep.
Direwolves.
And Legacy.
and Legacy.
Legacy.
Absolutely.
There's part of me that wants Tectonic just to get that one
Just to
before they get
A1.
relegated.
So we'd say that the closest game there would likely be Avant versus Chiefs.
Absolutely, and I'm
100%.
saying it'll probably be 2-1 again.
You reckon 2-1?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to BM someone on the Avant team and be like, Jake will pull a Jake will pull a spell book and not change and heal in
Pull a
healing
triple,
basis.
yeah.
Yeah, pull a triple.
Yeah.
But like, I just can't do that to the Avant boys. Like,
I
they,
could.
They were very good.
I could do it, but I need more of this.
And we do have a picture of the Legacy jerseys in action.
Look at that.
We do.
So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's still not.
No,
Right.
I think it's just the sheer fact that when we looked at it, it looked like a cycling jersey, like you pointed out, or a roller's outfit. So
And
still
the thing
does.
is as
on
well.
skinny teenagers, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hit the gym, boys.
I mean, I think looking at it around in the 3D and actually being able to see the depth on the jersey, it looks far better than on than in 2D
Just
form.
in
Like,
PDF.
it looks better. I'm still not the biggest fan in the world, but
No.
Hey,
it's not the worst jersey out there.
not the worst at all. But that is it for OPL. Of course, week 2 is going to be coming at you this weekend. Make sure you tune in. We will be. However, Lewis has got an interesting segment for us. We don't have a whole heap left in the show, but this one is of interest. We've this week power ranked the OPL social media.
Yeah, so we
We're
sort of come
important
up
like
with
that.
the idea that
You did.
why power rank the teams? Why bother with that? Because I don't understand League of Legends, and you two just went blah 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 blah, and I can't
Now you know
understand.
how it feels.
It. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that you guys know.
No,
things.
I'm that's all good.
Lewis is just treading very carefully because we've been pretty liberal tonight, and he's not coping well in the heat.
Hashtag we love T-ball.
I don't know. No, it's just it's a tough week. Anyway, so we power ranked the Twitters of the OPL teams.
We did.
We got you guys. We got me, Aiden, and Oakley, aka Sleepy Time.
Yes.
And the results we can put up on the screen for you. So this is purely based on their Twitter and what we thought of them.
Did you do
Yes.
this? This is
If they were
gorgeous.
good or if they were bad.
Yeah, this is actually really.
That's actually
good
really
looking.
Yeah,
nice,
the
actually.
graphicsologists learn a little bit from the previous week.
Nah, so no more screenshots of Google Sheets. We have actual tables
No,
now.
they'll come back at some point, but
Okay.
because I didn't do much this week, that's what I did pretty much.
I like it. It's cool.
Yep. So Avant top,
Yep.
easy.
Undeniably.
Easy.
Easy. Sleepy Time, the only one that didn't.
Boo.
Yeah, put it at 2, but that's fine. Had it at 2.
Still two. Avant and Direwolves, the swap. I mean, it can also be
Avant, yeah.
impacted by how much
So,
of their content
like,
you see.
Avant for me, really candid, really informative.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yes.
Me too. We see official posts surrounding the results. We see good quality content and also interesting content. I want to see these players going out and bowling and having fun and see the life of these players.
And everyone annoyed that they destroyed the blow up hot dog. And
Yeah, that's
garbage
right.
like that. It's got nothing to
Yeah.
do with League of Legends. It's got nothing to do with the APL.
Yeah.
But it's phenomenal.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's well produced. So they have the information about the professional side of things, match results and the like.
Yeah.
And they put it out regularly, on time and clean as well. Well produced. They
Very
also have
clean.
their personal. I like
And
that.
Giles's Photoshop skills again very nice.
They are.
Very nice. Direwolves really stepped up for me.
Yes, they
This,
have stepped up.
Putting out some nice little meme tweets at the SCG. Like, look at all these people coming to watch us.
Yes.
That, like, I like that kind of stuff. They're jumping over boxes of HyperX gear.
Yep.
I mean, maybe some of that energy should have been saved for in-game for the first match, but that's okay.
Hey, they
It's a-
won.
They
won.
did.
A win's a win.
That's fine. So everyone ranked Direwolves top 4 at least. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're-
And I
they're
think
doing a lot better
Direwolves are getting better. I also like, and I initially, when I first thought about it, I put Direwolves lower, but reconsider that as well because I saw
there. Yeah,
how
I
they were
moved
doing.
them up as well.
Because I saw how they were doing, especially with like, the Respawn Ninja article and stuff like that, that they've gone a route that a lot of the other teams haven't done well yet in actually giving or going and getting these media releases and stuff like that done. Like, I know obviously it goes the other way where Respawn Ninja is wanting to interview these people, but we haven't seen that yet this season for anybody else. So far it's been Direwolves. So I'm happy with them in 2.
Yep. So, Chiefs, the next one, obviously. This was sort of a bit more up and down. 2 to 5 was the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Judge, you were the most critical.
Yeah, I think, look, Chiefs have been a name brand in our region for years.
Yes.
I expect better. I expect a lot better. They have a brand that is synonymous with esports in our region across multiple titles, not just League of Legends. Like, we talk about Avant, and Avant's content saves them, for lack of a better phrase, across titles. Like, that's the reason why Bastion Collective is in there, because they're not in there investing because Avant are a top team all the time. They're investing because, goddamn, they're a bloody good team for their content marketing.
Yes.
Yep.
Chiefs should be, but they're not.
Chiefs put out those videos that are like very informative. They go and they do interviews,
Yeah.
but they just lack that X factor.
It's for
They
me-
lack
yeah.
pizzazz.
They're too scripted.
But
It's like
Badger
looking at a German
disagrees with
engineer.
me.
It's a German engineer. That's what the Chiefs are. German engineer in 4th, and you've got that crazy Japanese sports car in 1st.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I see
literally
that.
it. Chiefs are the German engineers of esports.
See, I just think that for Chiefs, there's no excuse anymore. They've been around for so long. They, for whatever reason behind the scenes, either they are so well established and funded that they've got enough money they don't need external investment, or something's not quite adding up on the end there. I love the Chiefs. Don't get me wrong. I'm being critical because I love them.
Yeah. Like, well,
But their content should be better. They are producing, look, their LoL content was cool. And the stuff they did in Korea, yeah, that's cool. But whether it's just the fact that they're not capturing the personality of the team and the players, or the players don't have it.
it was cool, but it was like long-winded. Like the intro
Yeah.
was there, like it was a very nice intro, but it took so long that you're like, I'm going to the next thing.
So it's
Yeah.
sort of like the Star Wars intro.
Yeah,
Just kept-
basically.
kept going.
Basically.
Yeah.
A lot like that. But also, Chiefs players need to do a lot more.
Yes, absolutely.
Like sort of Tux and Malta are doing a lot more on the CSGO side.
Yeah.
Rocket League do nothing.
Correct?
They do-
They sit on their laurels from being RLCS competitors.
Yeah, they're fantastic players, but they do
Absolutely.
no social media.
Yep.
Need to step that up. League of Legends, like you've got some doing something,
Yeah.
but
There's some
I
personality in there.
don't.
But that was
notice
also,
a
as
lot.
well, for me, for the Chiefs side of League of Legends, that was also Chiefs 2017, not the 2018 roster.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. Bombers tied.
Yes.
They would have been an easy third, except for Badgers.
Yep.
You roasted them. Why?
Smashed.
Because basically, looking at their Twitter is like looking at Essendon Football Club Twitter. It's the same. See, whereas say Adelaide Football Club, as we've said many times, bought Legacy, left the branding alone, just
Yep.
left it alone. Bombers came along, bought Abyss. You could have just left the branding alone. They had they're very cult status. I found out through Twitch chat, which is the saltiest place on earth. Very cult status. Everyone was very happy. You could have just left it as Abyss. I don't know if there was
I
some
am
toxicity
a
associated with.
strong 1 out of 5 disagree with that.
I disagree as well. I disagree.
And I think I agree. I agree with the point that you look at it, and Bombers and Essendon, similar Twitters in the way they post.
Yeah.
Abyss posted bugger all
Yeah.
in 2017.
Yeah.
They were, if they were still Abyss,
Yeah.
and the only reason I ranked Bombers where I did is because of the
Was,
last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because their launch party and everything
Exactly
else. Power
after
ranking
our last
being
show.
closed. Exactly after our last show. Power rankings being, week to week.
Yeah.
In the week, I put them up there purely because they stepped up and they actually posted good content. It wasn't videos or anything, but they had their launch party. They were posting, they were getting articles written. They were doing so much with it.
They had Essendon players there.
They did. And look, if they keep that up, then they'll stay there.
Yeah.
But if they don't do anything next week, I'm dropping
they
them
got
right
it.
back down to 6th.
They got to keep it up. Like when
Yeah.
I was back at Abysses, like when we were involved with Abyss, like,
Yeah.
we tried to get that social media side going.
Yep.
And it's just
And it was
impossible.
abysmal.
It wa-
Like, pun intended. It was the perfect way to describe it. So
Abysmal.
I'm a strong disagree. I think
fine.
Bombers can be up there, but
Look,
I will
Aiden's-
be in the same boat as you
Yeah.
if they don't continue the quality.
But they've
Yeah.
got to, and,
Or the
and
frequency.
I think they can still step it up as well.
Of
And
course.
they have been doing some player profiles and that.
Yeah.
There's obviously room for improvement, and I'd like to see it jump up. But they're doing some good things.
I
They're
think
doing
so.
some good things. They're on the right track.
Yep.
Legacy got sort of a meh from everybody.
Yeah.
Sin for me has done nothing.
Yeah.
They posted a video, they posted a picture of everyone sitting at a bench. And that was like it, apart from a small video with the players on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like literally it, and a couple of retweets. Like last year, they did stuff. They did like that house intro. It wasn't the best video in the world. It wasn't they went for a niche. And so I'll give them at least credit for that. But this year, it's just been
Need to step up.
it's just no effort. It's not even need to step up. It's need to get on the step.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's what it was for me. But
Yep.
yeah, it was. Aiden agreed with the 8s as well, 6, 5, so I didn't get too high.
Yeah, I
Now-
put Sin on there because I'm just kind of waiting for Juves to ramp it up. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I'm just kind of waiting
Yeah.
because
I-
Juves was the majority of Sin's socials last year anyway.
He was, but like that's going to his personal now a lot as well.
Yeah.
And because he is doing analyst stuff on the desk, he is doing he's got a lot of things going on as well. So I don't know if that's going to be his role. I don't think one of your players should be your main social media manager.
Yeah.
Order Army, it's not good.
No. And I don't think there's much to be said about Order.
Bucking the trend again.
It's they're putting out stuff. These guys are trying. That's why I at least gave him 7th.
Yeah.
Because they're trying, but it's really like they're trying to go for like this dark.
Yeah, it's a resistance. It's like Viva la Resistance sort of
Yeah.
image, like 1990s FBI most wanted look.
Dark, creepy, and then they're throwing out like the the cryptic tweets with
Oh,
dark.
Yeah.
I-
Dark
I-
undertones.
yeah.
It's very. This term would be heel in wrestling. Is the bad guy is what they want to be, like the one that fights against the establishment of Chiefs, Legacy, Direwolves, and Avant. I can guarantee that'll be
Yeah.
their pitch.
And that's cool and all, but we're not seeing that. We're 1 week into the OPL. They've been an organisation established for some time now in the lead up to it. We need to see this social media flower blossoming and actually showing us what the hell they're doing. Because at the moment, there's no content other than tweets and images.
There's little videos, like
And
little
clips,
gifs.
Twitch clips.
Yeah, and Twitch
clips.
clips. Congratulations. I can do that on my personal stream.
If you're gonna Twitch clip a lot of stuff, download it,
Make a video.
put an intro on it, put an outro on it.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Upload it. It's adds what 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. But instead, it looks like your content because your video and your outro's on there. Don't even need an outro. Just have a video.
Yeah, just have a video.
And that-
just
just
have
have a
an
video with
intro.
intro.
Just the little intro.
I agree, but for me, Tectonic, I put higher. We do see them on the bottom
Yeah,
there.
I did as well, but they are on the bottom for one very specific reason.
What's that?
That's their Twitter header. If I don't have a picture, if production's there and they want to get proactive and
No, they
go
don't.
to
They're talking.
Tectonic,
They're bored with our OPL
OPL,
talk because we've been doing it for so long.
and get their Twitter, their Twitter header up. I might get on there.
No, we won't. But look at it yourselves. The Twitter handle's there. Have a sus. I agree to an extent, but at least they created a video. They tried.
Yeah, no, they were
tried to
trying.
create. It was the quality of that video that was in question, not the content.
They were putting up fuzzy, blurry photos, but they were putting them up. It was
That's
a bit
right.
more candid. They were trying.
Yes.
So I put them a little bit up, but they're definitely. I'm happy with them in last.
Yeah.
Look, either last or penultimate is that for me, I think.
Yeah,
But that is it for our OPL power ranking of the Twitters.
Yep.
Maybe next week we'll do the OPL Facebook. And we'll go through it a lot faster than what we did tonight. We will smash through the rest of the content though, because most of it's just mentioning stuff. Looking at what has already been a very largely hashed out discussion on Dota 2 for ESL Genting. It's been massive over Reddit. For those of you that aren't aware, ESL, for a lot of their Pro League stuff this year, or pretty much I think the whole Pro League, has sold the broadcasting rights to Facebook. And what we imagine is for a pretty penny. Actually, probably a pretty dollar, because broadcasting rights have been big. We saw the Overwatch League, a lot larger in scale, I feel, in terms of hype and potential and charted numbers. They saw Overwatch League sold to Twitch, even though previously being on MLG, which is their own.
Streaming service.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. They sold to Twitch for 90 million. Is the reported number? We
Reported
don't know if that's
number.
true number.
Yeah, you hear things that it could be a lot higher.
You hear
but-
that it could be triple, quadruple the number. But going against speculation of this one, okay,
Anyway,
yes,
lots
Facebook
of dollars.
could be a big
Facebook
deal.
have gone because YouTube went for Pro League before.
Yes.
Didn't get good numbers. Facebook's taken over that.
Yes.
Now they're taking it for ESL 1 Genting.
Yes, they are. And Dota scene erupted because they're like, oh, this will kill the views. This is how you kill esports. You sell out. Shut up.
No, it's Dota 2
Like-
mentality. We were the first LOL. No, you weren't.
Yeah, like for me,
You're the training ground for LOL. Face it.
I
No one likes you.
enjoy Thorin, I enjoy Richard Lewis. Sometimes I disagree with them, sometimes I agree with them. That's not anything personal. That's exactly what you should do with someone that has opinions in any industry. It's the same in the movie
They-
industry.
yeah, but they just
I think
don't-
Mel Gibson's an idiot, but I still
What's-
watch his stuff.
Like it's obviously the loud minority,
That's right.
but like these guys are off their tree. Like
Yeah.
just the pure hate and just unbridled. It's like, well, I don't have a Facebook account. And I don't want Facebook because it's evil and immoral, and I don't even want to support
Now-
it.
And the
then-
government will watch me in my sleep.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Watch you and cry?
Yeah.
There's like a little word in there that I blanked out.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
Like my thing is we're not disagreeing with the majority saying that Facebook is a crap platform for watching streamed esports. We agree.
Yeah.
That's why we're not streaming it on Facebook exclusively. The difference is Facebook's paying. Broadcasting rights are big money. The reason that Channel 7 pays for the AFL is because they can then sell it on to advertisers for a lot of money. But do you know how hard it is as a tournament organizer in esports to sell $90 million worth of advertising revenue on the Overwatch League? Or however much Facebook's paid for ESL Pro League? It's hard.
But that wasn't even half the story.
No.
That wasn't even half of the story. They were irate about that.
Yeah.
But then it went to another level when all the players who were streaming open source stuff, like open availabilities,
Yes.
when it was found out that they could only do it to Facebook as well.
So the thing with this, because
Oh,
it
God.
wasn't they could only do it to Facebook, was the problem. The problem is ESL put in DMCA notices. For those of you who aren't aware what a DMCA notice is, it's a copyright violation notice. You put it into the DMCA, which is the Digital Millennial Copyright Act. It's a US act that's got extraterritorial jurisdiction. It means that you can't do copyrighted shit. If you've got rights to things, you've got rights to things, they're protected, right? And the takedown notices, we talk about them all the time on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yep.
The point is, Valve's policy is that if it is a non-commercial stream, anybody can broadcast any Dota.
Yep.
Unless Valve explicitly says, no, you can't, because it's their product. Now, ESL is doing the ESL Pro League for Dota, and they made a deal with Facebook. ESL doesn't like the fact that they've got 2,000 viewers on Facebook, but personalities on Twitch and the Dota scene are streaming it for 20,000, because that, of course, looks bad to their sponsors and their numbers. So they issued DMCA notices against these streamers, trying to get their content pulled, trying to prevent them from streaming it, when Valve had initially given them the okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Because Valve was like, well, go for it.
As
It's our
soon
rules.
as you run an advert on Twitch, that's monetizing it.
Yeah,
As
and that's
soon
not
as-
allowed.
And that's not allowed. And they autoplay.
Yeah.
As soon as you put a sponsor on your stream or anywhere, monetizing. If it's in
Yes.
your bio, monetizing. Like you
Yes.
cannot have it anywhere. And these guys are personalities, so they're going to have something.
That's right. But that wasn't inherently the problem. Because that's for Valve to take up. That's for Valve to go, hey, DMCA, we told you no sponsorship, not ESL.
Yeah.
And therein lies the problem. Bryce Blum actually wrote something really, really good on this. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's an esports lawyer in the States. He has an esports law firm, ESG. I highly recommend you follow him on Twitter, at Bryce_Blum, I think it is. Just Google search him, you'll find him. He wrote a good piece on it. I recommend people read it because it's an actual lawyer talking about actual laws in the US, and that's his jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So
Actual esports lawyer as well.
that's right. But have a read of it. I don't think we need to go into it anymore because that's basically how it is.
No,
Everyone's
they just went on a
gone
rampage.
off.
They were going off at everybody. They were going off at ESL. They were going off at Thorne and Richard Lewis for no apparent reason, except they commented on it, like, actually reasonably.
Yeah.
Like, they just were going berserk. And it just reminded me of the Injustice fan base when E-League was doing it. They're like, no, we need our personalities there, even though Richard Lewis is your host. He does everything, and he's just a host. He doesn't have to know anything about the game.
Yeah.
We should have our community members on the big stage on TV. It makes no sense, but they went berserk. It was like death threats, there was everything. Like, this is
Yep.
exactly the same thing. It's just communities showing toxicity again when
There's
just
no
need for
shame
it.
in being loyal, but loyalty needs to stop before toxicity. As Thorin would say, hashtag fan logic. But moving on, we do have, there was a semi-announcement and then an actual announcement today, and that's
Yep.
Throwdown, who have come out announcing the path to RLCS, basically. The first thing I saw was MCV Pacific post about it.
Yeah, that was a shocking article.
It was a...
Yeah, it wasn't. It
It
wasn't
was
good.
not, like, even the grammar in that article
That wasn't,
shocked me.
and that wasn't Throwdown's fault.
No, but we'll leave that. That's not the point.
Yeah.
But that was, please proofread. Like, I know
And-
it's journalism, you need to get it out soon, but proofread.
Not only the grammar, but don't double count prize pools
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. Don't double count prize pools. And
and how many viewers were at PAX.
yeah, there might have been 2,500.
Every-
2,500 people might have attended PAX. But I can tell you, 2,500 people were not sitting there eagerly watching Throwdown's qualifier at PAX.
It's basically like they said, all the people through the door
Went straight
watched
there.
the,
I mean,
the Rocket
classic-
League. It's
classic
impossible for that to
classic
happen.
journalism spin.
It's just, it's not good journalism.
No, it's not. And look, we've had slip-ups before, but that wasn't a slip-up. That's pretty easy
No,
to
that's
actually...
what do you call it? Making it.
You could say that there was 2,500 attendees at PAX, some of which,
A couple went to see the
and yeah, and you could draft it better so it still looks good, but you don't say 2,500 people watched.
Or
Lazy
double
journalism. Cyberboys, you're damn right, it's lazy.
And double counting prize pools.
Yeah.
To
So I
make
saw
everything look
MCV
bigger.
Pacific announce it.
Yeah.
Then I saw Respawn Ninja announce it.
Did Throwdown announce it?
A couple hours later.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe not even that long.
Shouldn't
Maybe it was a
they
little
the first to
but,
announce it though.
like, I understand giving press releases to media outlets so they announce it on your behalf. Like, that's cool, I understand that.
Yep.
It doesn't happen a lot in esports. It doesn't happen a lot traditionally.
Well, because they're not huge.
No,
Like,
they're not.
They're not big. I mean, like,
The
there was a
Times
little
pays
slip up. There was a
for
little
it.
slip up by another org.
There was.
And we won't go into that
No.
because no.
Reasons.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened. We'll go into it once it's been announced.
Yes, we will.
Or we'll get a pre-announcement
Eyes.
that was an announcement coming.
Yeah, we've just done our pre-announcement for the first time. But looking at that, Throwdown have announced, finally, that they are doing the Oceanic RLCS qualifier, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Glad.
So
You know, it's back again.
So 100K pumped into OCE
Over the
Rocket League.
year.
Over the year. Most of that will be from Psyonix.
Did you see the? Yeah, most of that cash will be from Psyonix. Did you see though the prize allocation for the qualifiers?
Yeah, it's like for sort
For-
of open ladder.
For,
Wasn't
no,
like,
for
wasn't like
RLCS.
15K or something?
So-
Well, no, there's 25,000 going down for the OCE qualifier, but that includes travel assistance as well.
And then it's 15K for the Open,
Yeah, for the
which
like,
gives
league
spots
under?
into. So what it does, they've got the qualifier for RLCS, right? But before that, they're running tournaments that will feed in the remaining qualifying spots for the league for RLCS qualification,
Yeah.
right? This down here has a 15K prize pool. Qualifying has a 25K prize pool, right? So that's already added up to 40K.
Yes.
So they've said they're going to have another 60K throughout the year.
Well, it's
so we
only
assume
two
it's going to be
RLCS
another
seasons.
RLCS
It's
season,
only-
so that's
there's-
another 40, so they're going to have
yeah.
20 extra somewhere.
There's 2 a year.
That's right.
They'll probably run a mid-season.
Probably.
And that would probably be off their own backs for like 10K each.
Or 20K or wherever, or 10K in travel assistance or something, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how they've done their prize pool. They've always announced that travel assistance is part of the prize pool package, right?
Yeah, maybe a mid-year thing.
Yeah. So, Nolsky said he thinks Respawn got the info from RLCS rules. Probably did, because there's a lot of stuff that's different information as well. They announced, both articles said it's going to be in NA, but that hasn't been announced yet.
Well, that hasn't been announced. It's been 2 NA in a row, so EU's the logical choice for the next one.
Logically.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's good to see RLCS come back. Throwdown's running it as expected.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, ESL dropped Rocket League as one of their supported AUNZ titles, so I wasn't seeing them do RLCS. And Cybergame is only just starting up their support, and Gfinity, God knows. So,
Yeah, no,
And
I,
what league it's got to be in.
yeah. So it made sense that Throwdown was doing it. We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see who goes to RLCS again
yeah,
with Chiefs.
well, Chiefs will go. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
They are a step above, and then it's basically who can play for second.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be very interesting. It's good to see that much coming in as well. I think it was about 20K last season, so like it
think
has
so.
increased.
Yeah.
There's 500K total for RLCS. I assume that 25K is included in that 500K.
I would assume that the
Because
500K total.
They include the NA leagues and the EU leagues in that
Yes.
value, so I'm going to assume that the OCE league is included in that as
So
well.
I'd basically say that it's probably looking at like 100 to 200K, somewhere in that number. Looking at, well,
Yeah, like first prize would probably be like 70K, 100K, like 100K.
yeah, 70 to 100 for first
out
place, 2
of-
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I think so.
I think that's how it'll go. But good to see Rocket League's stepping up once again. People in OCE really have to start watching this stuff
They do.
because it's not going to continue for the others. Like, so when Gfinity doesn't have backing from Rocket League, like Psyonix or something, with an in-game tab, and if their Elite Series ever starts, and they're sitting at like 200, that's not going to continue.
Nope.
If CG starts
Why do you think
up,
ESL stopped? Like, not that ESL has announced it, but I feel
that
that
we
the
just
smart
sat there
thing,
going, they cannot
No.
make money off this. With Rocket
it's
League,
not commercially feasible. If CG was only doing Rocket League, it would not be commercially feasible because 200 viewers, you could spend $5,000 in marketing a brand. We could market CG by picking up a streamer
Yeah,
for
you could-
$5,000 a
there's-
quarter.
There's a million.
and
different
they'd
things
have
you could
double
do.
the views.
Yeah, there's so many things you could do. But
Yeah.
like say if Cybergamer, if like we want to increase prize pools for that, like those prize pools aren't set for the year. They can always increase.
Absolutely. And we don't want them to
But-
decrease.
So what we're doing, we're trying something different.
Yeah,
We are having some players not so happy about that,
of course not.
but
I mean,
That's-
Dota and Facebook.
yeah, like they're still in the minority from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But like the concerns are valid. We are trying something different. And it's not what players specifically want, but we're trying to build a viewer base.
Yes.
If that viewer base does not increase, Rocket League probably won't last the end of the year.
Not run, well,
If
won't
it-
last without Psyonix pushing. Like,
Yeah.
RLCS qualifiers will still be here, obviously.
Yeah.
But commercially, you can't keep pouring money down a funnel.
No. So like, even though they're announced, like if it's sitting at 100, like sponsors are going to pull funding for it. It's going,
Yeah.
we're not getting exposure here.
Yep.
And then that's going to drop another thing off for Rocket League, and it will hurt the scene.
It will.
People have to start watching these. It's not just, oh, there's one tournament. People watch, like, whatever top tier CSGO is going on
Yeah.
in OCE.
Yeah.
So like, hey, it's ESEA. I'm going to watch that. It's almost like, even if it's the low tiers, even if it's CGI, like they're there watching it. CGI,
right.
CGA.
CGI can get just as many viewers as Rocket League's top tier.
Easy. So like,
Easy.
yeah. So something different going on.
Yeah.
We'll see if that can sort of boost up. But
Nolsky said it's interesting these days, though, because competition in the region has stepped it up a little. I mean,
kind of. I mean, the Chiefs have.
Yeah.
Then you've got, like, you don't even have 8 teams yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my concern. We still can't power rank.
Yeah.
That's why I did the other power ranking. I've got to get my power ranking fixed.
That's it.
We still don't have, like, 8 teams, like, solid 8 that can form. Like, I mean, one forms, and then they announce, oh, no, we've actually changed the sub. Like, it's just really painful to see that they still haven't got into teams.
And my other thing as well, and I think the viewership's the big thing, like you mentioned, Throwdown for the RLCS qualifiers gets hundreds of teams sign up. Now, those teams are at
Don't watch
minimum by 3 players.
And they don't.
You're
yeah.
looking at a minimum of 300 players for the qualifier.
And they don't
That's
get to that number
double the
organically.
views.
Yeah, they don't get to that number organically. So they're looking at like 150 to say 250 before an RLCS host of 70,000.
That's right. So that's the thing. Nolsky's like, yeah, waiting for teams to report actual rosters, Resident Sleeper.
Yeah, Dazed and Elusive. Have you seen that?
Oh my God, yeah. But like, that's the thing is that, yeah, you're pushing to get them in your competition. Why aren't they watching? Why isn't that number converting? Because you only get 8 teams that play in the actual league when it starts. Sure, you could have 140 teams sign up every week. And yes, that'll drop off, as we saw. Every week it drops off as you get through the tournaments for qualification.
Yep.
Because less and less teams want to compete because they're like, oh, we'll do week 1, we'll probably get smashed. But they don't want to get smashed 4 weekends in a row trying to compete and have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So where are those guys, if they love Rocket League enough to try out? Like, they could just be playing it.
They're
They could just play matchmaking.
They're playing it. They don't know. Psyonix has to put in-game tabs up
Yep.
for
esports,
for
not just Rocket League
high-level
esports.
competitive. So,
Yeah.
like, they do Gfinity EU
Yes.
and RLCS, but that's like it. Like
And
they had that
let me
Northern Gaming one.
clarify. I said they need to put up more than just Rocket League esports. I don't mean they need to put up CS:GO. I mean Rocket League esports as the brand.
Yeah, that's what they call themselves. They changed their name they changed the Twitter from RLCS to Rocket League Esports.
Yes.
But it's still Rocket League Esports, RLCS.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. But just straight up, people have to start watching, players have to start watching. And if that's through Psyonix, like, Psyonix is going to get to a point where they go, oh, we need to help grassroots now. I mean, like, they're giving a slot to OCE, and there is a team that can compete very well. And the other 2 teams, they didn't get
Pale
shattered.
Horse did well.
They didn't get shattered.
Yeah.
They just hadn't played that enough. They hadn't played that level enough.
That's
They
right.
just had to pick up the speed a little bit, and that caused some issues.
Now, Nolsky 100% agrees. And look, I like Throwdown started weekly community nights instead of doing it monthly because of the turnout. That's great. But community nights are very different to grassroots esports. And
Yep.
I hate this mix-up in the industry because people are like, oh, community nights, that's grassroots. Yes, in a sense, by definition,
the
that's
grassroots
grassroots.
of
But
grassroots.
that's right, it's the bottom tier.
Yeah.
We're talking about having a Div 2.
Yeah.
Like, have a Div 2, where you have 8 teams consistently playing because they're not quite good enough to be in Div 1, but they're nipping at the heels.
Yeah.
Because when eventually a player retires in Rocket League, in the top tier, where the hell do you pull the player base from?
Yeah, it's like the biggest example of grassroots is Cybergamer, CS:GO.
Yes.
There are so many teams there.
150 registered teams during the season, 8 of them
150
playing in the top division.
Yeah.
142 teams elsewhere.
So that's where you get your players from. Players use that as a standard to talk about where someone's level's at.
Yeah.
They're about an A player.
Yeah, they're an M player, they're an I player.
I player. Like that, or they could be an I player with
Bit of
practice.
coaching
Like
and- yeah.
that's how it gets talked about because that's the best grassroots system
Yeah.
around.
Yep.
And it's like sort of structured leagues all the way down. They get into the league format. They can choose their times a lot of the time,
Oh, yeah.
but
In non-broadcasted
It's-
leagues,
yeah.
or non-officially broadcasted leagues, it's all pick your time.
yeah, pick your time or open ladder. Pick who you want to play. Like you have structured that form. Like say,
But even that's starting to change. CGI is a structured night this time
yeah, like that.
because Div 2 needs
been
broadcasting.
It's been that way before.
Has
but
before,
like,
but
chops and
it's gone
changes,
back
but-
to that
but
because it needs
gets
to be
you-
structured
Yeah,
more.
that gets you into that format, not just playing weekly tournaments, not
Yeah.
just playing like rank S, that kind of thing. It's
Weekly tournaments, community night is the best way to talk about it. And Aussie Loser said, IE Mountain Dew League. That's another good thing, you know?
yes. Yeah, that's
Perfect example.
exactly. CS:GO has a lot of it.
Yes.
Like League of Legends, right? Went, oh, we haven't, we've stuffed up.
Because Riot had Div 2 with OCS, but they screwed up the open ladder. They recognized that and they said, look, we don't actually have the resources in Riot OCE to dedicate running an open ladder because we don't make any money off of it. So
Yeah.
we're urging the teams run your own stuff to find new players.
And Overwatch is going to have that same issue with no.
Progression ladder.
Well, there is a progression ladder, but you're not going to have the skill coming through just because they're not playing in that type of environment. Then you're like, I mean, sports across the thing. The second tier is played in that exact same format as
yes.
the top tier.
Yes. I mean, baseball, look at baseball for God's sake.
Yeah, the
Like
the
not
minor
even,
leagues are still
not
playing
even
every
thinking
day.
D-League for NBA, which is played exactly the freaking same.
Yeah.
But look at baseball and all of the rankings, all the divisions you can play in, played the same.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is, we look forward and don't take this as us bagging on Throwdown, not at all. We like what you're doing, Throwdown. We want to make that clear.
No, it's just
Thank you for
community-
supporting it and for doing RLCS again. But clear distinction needs to be drawn.
Like saying we do a community night every now and then isn't building grassroots.
Even doing a community night every week isn't building grassroots. Yes, you have a bottom of the grassroots player base. Congrats. But that is
Like-
not building
they're
grassroots.
there.
You have
Like-
grassroots, it's present. Grassroots needs to be a progressional system,
Like-
and it needs to have more than 10 teams.
I'd argue
Yeah.
that the RLO Discord is doing more for grassroots.
I would too. I would agree. And I think, look, I think Nolsky would agree here as well. In that, and Nolsky's over at Gfinity. He
Yep.
was at Throwdown, head admin of RLO, and a great pillar of the community. You should follow him if you're watching as well, guys. But I think that's what is needed for Rocket League.
I think so. I think so because as like the competition is increasing, but that's for like 3 to 4 teams.
Yes.
Under that, it's a huge disparity.
It is.
Huge. Oh, I'll say 5 teams. I'll say 5 teams.
Now you got in here a quick news. What are we doing talking about that?
What do we put?
Battalion.
Oh yeah, like there's a new game coming out.
There is. It's going to be an esports title. Well, at
Yeah.
least that's what we predict because
It will.
Battalion 1944 is produced by Bulkhead Interactive, which is a member of the Square Enix Collective. Square Enix, massive company. You might know them from things like Final Fantasy.
Not a big game title.
Not big at all.
No.
But
What's that?
they've come through. Square Enix Collective is a sub-branch of Square Enix, to simplify this, that purchases or invests heavily into small game developer studios, such as Bulkhead, if they think they've got a good enough idea. They pick them up, say, you're part of Square Enix now, you're still your own branch, have some funding, but it's our game.
Like EA
We own
before
you.
they destroy them.
Yeah,
Yes.
like EA before they screw everything up.
Where they
So-
take a game, cut it in half, and then sell it piece by piece for $4.95.
Exactly. So Bulkhead, they are doing very well. Nolsky, isn't it just COD? Yes, but done well. Like,
So
Like
well.
COD with Rainbow Six kind of thing with
It's-
CS:GO.
Yes.
basically, so for anyone that wants, Call of Duty was an amazing esport.
Yeah. Was.
And yes, Naked from Mindfreak and Eminence from SYF, they're about to flame me on Twitter for saying was. I'm sorry, but Call of Duty is not a top tier esport anymore. It has been overtaken and has for a while. Since boots on the ground left and we had freaking jetpacks and robots.
Yep.
Sorry, there was a fly. So Battalion is, and the developers at Bulkhead have said, they are basing this game off of COD 1, 2, and 4. That was the hype and the height of esports for Call of Duty. Even Nolsky's saying Gears of War is better than COD these days. Absolutely, I agree. Because it's something fresh.
Accurate.
Battalion's going back to what COD esports was about. It plays stripped back, down to the basics. Can you outscope them? Can you outskill them? Can you outstrat them? Congratulations, you win. Like CSGO, but played Call of Duty style. In that It's stripped back and about your skill and your teamwork.
Yep.
Now, yes, there is game systems for balancing and stuff like that, but I love this. It is being produced so well. I played the beta. It runs phenomenally.
It's almost offensively smooth.
Yeah.
I'm offended how good it is already.
Like, it's brilliant.
It's more
I'm
esports
very
ready than
impressed. And the
PUBG.
balance is already quite good for a beta, like between rifles and stuff like that. I love it. Of course, 1944, so it's set back in that era. Guns are actually realistic according to that era.
It's like a World War II.
Yeah. And like, it's things that not only the model's realistic, but the way you use them.
Yep.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's the M1 Garand. You cannot reload. Because that gun, you couldn't just pop a clip out and put a clip in. You had to use, because you slide in bullets on a clip that would slide individually into the chamber. You can't reload that because your clip has 5 bullets, you reload and you've got 1 left in your clip. That doesn't work. You have to use every single one in the Garand before it allows you to reload. It's
So you
historically
can't, like,
accurate.
halfway.
You can't go
you
pop,
can't
pop,
halfway, yeah.
reload. You have to go to all 5. Things like that are really nice touches. And I love it. Like, the developers are supporting it. Yeah, there's been some controversy on Twitter about how people are interacting with them. But it's going to be a good esports title if the developers continue to work on it and if they listen to their community, which they are.
Yeah.
So watch out. It releases it into early access on the 1st of February. You can pick it up on Steam. It looks like a great game. I'm looking forward to it, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, that's Battalion for quick news. Other than that, my friend, upcoming esports, we've got obviously Katowice OC final on right now. It's a best of 5 on ESL_CSGO over on
Yes.
Twitch. What else?
I'll just check what the score is on that anyway.
Also, Noski, yes, esports show sees right. It's going to be on PC. So esports will be PC. People from the old Call of Duty community have already said they will be going back to Battalion on PC to play. I saw old Call of Duty players from PC playing. So yeah, it'll be on PC. It'll be good. Other than that, my friends.
Yeah, so I've got the score of the first map.
Oh, yes.
Oh, score. Yes.
16-2 to Tainted.
Oh. Someone get a defibrillator. Order's dead.
They're already
We've got
dead.
OPL on the weekend, guys, as well for week number 2. Please watch that. You've also watched Twitter. What's going on with Twitter? We're going to watch Twitter apparently.
Well, that's where I'm going to put up sort of
upcoming
what's
events.
on.
Oh, right, yes. Look at our Twitter,
Like-
the esports show, because
Yeah.
T-Board does tweets.
I didn't do it this weekend because I was sort of actually melting.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I just spent 3 days outside in that 40 degrees garbage.
Yeah.
So
Looking at a fence.
Yeah, I was literally melting without access to anything, so I couldn't put tweets out. But
Of course.
this weekend is going to be phenomenally hot, and I'm saying stuff you guys.
Mhm.
I'm not sitting in that anymore. So I'll put some
That's fair.
tweets out about what's going on. It's the major. I'll be putting up some
fair.
probably up to date.
I like that.
what's going on about that.
In Sydney, the Microsoft Store, 3rd of February, is running every Friday night. There's details on the Summoner Society Facebook page for details. They do have League of Legends stuff there.
What?
Whoa, look at
There
that.
it is there.
Rogi, of course, from Darksided. He works at that Microsoft Store, and
Yep.
he's putting on League of Legends.
They are. So every fortnight, the next one's on the 3rd of February. One just went.
Oh, fortnight, not Friday night.
It's okay. Words are hard for you after you're rolled up.
Abbreviations are hard.
So
I want to flip a table.
Microsoft Store on Pitt Street in Sydney. They're actually supplying 10 Asus ROG gaming laptops with mice and headsets. Depending on the crowd, you might want to bring your own mouse and headset. It's free entry. The prizes are RP for the top teams. You can come as a 5-clan or you can come as a free agent, and they'll stick you with a bunch of other free agents, make a team, have some fun. And it's the grassroots of grassroots. This is a grassroots, like Judge said. This is
This is community.
community. So
Awesome. Love it. At the moment, Lewis, talk us about what you can play this week. We've got Wednesday's CG Rocket League qualifiers and
Yes.
Throwdown and Gfinity. What's going on?
Well, the Cybergamer Rocket League,
Yes.
that has the qualifiers. There is at least 3 spots up for grabs, maybe more, depending on if teams accept invite.
Quick injection. Swaggers McGee has asked, doesn't Rogi also do Overwatch at the Microsoft Store? Yes. Yes, he does. Yes. Sorry, continue, friend.
No, that's fine. And yeah, so that qualifier is going to be on the 31st, on Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's just going to be a double elimination bracket. If you place in the however many spots there are, minimum 3, then you make it into the league.
All right. Sounds good.
And that includes a land with travel assistance. So
Get on to that. Of course, Gfinity Cups will still be running.
Yep.
We've heard that the radio advertisement's working, which is lovely.
Oh, sure. I think we just
Hey, the
murdered.
monkey's out of the production truck.
We've just murdered Steve. Yeah, we haven't seen too many teams signing up for those, so there's actually a good chance to win some money in those.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's
as is the case in a lot of things, sometimes you don't get enough teams to sign up. So,
but they're still running them.
yeah,
I don't care. So
keep going.
there's if you fancy.
I mean, it's kind of what we said about Paladins, is the small ecosystem, sign up, get a team together, and you might actually win some good cash.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if you're like an Overwatch team. So yeah, it doesn't like the radio advert. It's getting hype, but it's not
Drawing anyone.
building the grassroots as they would like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
would like it to improve though.
we'll see. I don't know. Maybe if Elite gets announced, maybe people will be like, "Hey, maybe G points mean something." Maybe, but then there's still the question of there's G points, and then if you want to sign up for League, you don't know which one you're in because.
Do I sign up for the Pineapple League or the Rhubarb?
Yeah, I've written. No, it's Beetroot.
No, but I like
Beetroot.
Rhubarb.
You can call it whatever you like. For me, actually Rhubarb's good.
Yeah, thank you.
So okay, so because I had a chat with someone from Gfinity.
Yes.
I was like, I know you're not going to change it.
Yeah.
Like we're good mates with them.
Yeah. Like, we know you're not going to do a damn thing, but this is just
like,
our opinion
are you-
privately
Are you
before
aware?
we go
Are
public.
you aware of this?
Are you aware of the English language, sir, and how
Yeah.
it affects me?
and yeah, it's not changing. Like you've got challenger, competitor, and contender. Three
Yeah,
words.
so
that
it's the
mean same
Challenger
thing.
Series, and you have competitor and contender cups
Yeah.
under the Challenger Series.
So because I can't remember what's supposed to be what,
yeah.
because they're like pretty much the same words and they mean the same thing. The mid tier, so under Elite,
Mm-hmm.
that's the Pineapple League.
Okay. And then Rhubarb.
And then I'm going with Rhubarb.
Rhubarb? I
So
like
Rhubarb, so Rhubarb's like the entry level,
Mhm.
Yes.
and then if you're pretty good, then you enter the Pineapple.
Okay, I like that.
And then if you
So
get
that's
enough-
just
then if you get enough G
mentally.
points, you go to elite.
The only problem is when they do their announcement tweets, it means nothing to me because I look at the two words and they're the same word, so
Yeah.
I can't work.
They
it out.
literally mean the same thing.
I-
They're direct synonyms. So
That was the definition. It was a
Yeah.
one-word definition.
there was. The, Aussie's like contenders entry level, challengers next one up, which, yeah.
What did you say?
Contender is entry, challenger is next
Yeah,
up.
I know
right?
that, but
which
like-
is cool. That's fine. We understand.
But
It's
when
just,
you read the two next to each other, they get so muddled up.
and it's not just T-Ball's dyslexia coming through either. It's actually like, you know,
It's stupid.
you put them together when you've got contender and challenger and competitor that literally, if you look up their definitions, it's a one-word definition that means the other.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusing, and I agree. And not only like, you know, it could mean the same thing, but the words all start with the letter C, and they all end in the letter R, meaning the same thing. It gets confusing.
Yeah, challenge, content, competitor. So you've
And
got the
that is
alliteration
confusing
too.
as well. Like Aiden said, isn't that a little confusing because you've got Overwatch League? Well, they don't have Challenger, but they've got Open and then Contender.
That's fine. Opening contender is
That's fine, but the point is, then Gfinity has Contender lower.
yeah, they have
Challenger
contender.
up.
Yeah, the contender's the lowest.
So it's the reverse,
Even though
which,
contender is contending for the title. It's
Yes.
just it's bizarre.
yeah,
And so it's Pineapple and Rhubarb
and Rhubarb for clarity's sake.
that I will refer.
Okay, all right, Lewis.
We'll go
Other than that,
graphic
though, my
now.
friend, we
Let's-
are done for the show this week.
Well, we
it
got the
has
e-game.
been. We do.
It's a quick e-game.
It
10
is.
seconds.
So thank
For-
you
if
for
you-
tuning in for such a long show. 'cause
Yeah, we've
gone-
had a long one. We've been more sort of talk show than sort of news show.
It's judges'
Yeah.
fault either way. It's judges'
We-
fault.
It's always my
Actually,
fault.
no, it's actually my fault.
We
OPL went
just-
way too long.
We just sort of got in there and then.
And social media for OPL went too long.
whatever.
That's
It's
all
a
right. We'll
special
refine our
Australia Day.
social media power rankings, but I love what you've done with. That was a nice touch, Terry, for the
that
Australia Day
Special
Esports e-game
Australia Day.
That was our awardologist.
We got the
Awardologist.
awardologist. Yeah,
Yes.
makes sense.
Right.
This actually goes to a player in the major,
to the player or to the broadcasters
to everybody,
in the major.
because I don't know if they understand what's going on here.
Okay.
I'll give a little bit a lead in. Like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's going to be one of those kind of things.
And we do apologize. We recognise that this is really childish, but sometimes
It's-
you just need a childish giggle.
Small things in your small minds, but when I heard this at a stupid time in the morning, I laughed my ass off.
When I heard this sitting in the office before we came on for the show, I laughed my ass off because I'm just too tired and melting.
So, if you do understand Australian slang, because it's an Australian episode, We got this little clip for you. We'll play it now.
I'm one of those people that have very high hopes. I mean, I am obviously heavily on the Gopi, fan train.
I think everyone is, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know a single person who doesn't like Gopi.
Yeah.
That's it for the show, guys. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. We're leaving it at that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Head on over to ESL_CSGO and watch the Oceania qualifier, or the Australia qualifier for IEM Canadian. My name is Matthew Judge Brand. That's Lewis T-Ball Gratz, Terry Badger O'Neill. Thank you very much to Josh Nightfall Campbell and Steve Cyanide Sams in production, and Josh for coming on and talking about Overwatch with us. Josh will be doing that a lot more frequently from now on as well, because he now has made the jump across the water from New Zealand. He's living here permanently.
Across the Dutch.
That's it, across the Dutch. So thanks so much, guys, for being here. Go watch the qualifier, and we will see you next week, same time here on the Esports Show.